I'm an overthinker. I have a reputation that I have established throughout many continents about the tiny details that I overthink. My nickname in college here when I came to America was Conundrum because I'm like, should we do this or should we do this? But this has this benefits and this has this benefits. Like, what are we going to do? And they're like, all right, shut up, Conundrum. And I've been told by a close friend and so many other friends, how about that I give the best advice? And then a friend of mine said that if only you can give yourself that advice. It was an ouch moment, but also like a nice realization moment. But yeah, I've always liked people coming to me with problems. I don't know why it's easier for me to solve other people's problem and not my problems. And that was also the entire idea of this podcast that it took about 10 years to even come to fruition, is to actually do the conundrum part of asking people to come to me with their problems. We have an email that I'm going to pop down here. So it's conundrumdumb@gmail.com. If you want to send me any of your problems, two choices that you're struggling with, send them to me and I'll try to answer them on the podcast. I will answer them on the podcast. There is no try, there is only do, said Yoda. But yeah, so when I started this revival of the podcast, I reached out to some of my friends and asked them to send me one of their conundrums. And I've been sitting on this one since October. So here we are. Also, I want to note this is my friend. She is Dutch. I will have subtitles underneath her speech. And that is not a comment on her accent. This is more a comment on her phone that she's holding because she has an Android phone. And Android phone mics suck because they're inferior phones. That's it. I've bashed my friend, the Netherlands, and Samsung in one clip. Here is her conundrum.
Hi, Sam. So we have a problem, but I could use your advice. My husband has been asking about opportunities for his work, and he got 3 places that he could go to. But it seems that 2 out of 3 are a bit slow, or there's not really opportunity, but they are also interested. So the problem is, the place that is interested is a city in Germany, which is a big city, nice, but not like world city. The other 2 options are London and Paris. So you can see where our dilemma is currently about, because those are obviously world cities, and I would probably give up a lot just to be there for a short period of time. And this city, Frankfurt, is the city. Not as much as a world city. I bet you don't even know where Frankfurt is. So what do we do? Do we keep them, hanging for a longer period of time with the risk of losing Frankfurt and not having an adventure at all? Or do we go for Frankfurt and maybe not have the experience of living in a big world city? So, hope this is a good question for your podcast. If it's too complicated, I will send you a smaller one. Bye.
Yeah, no, of course I know where Frankfurt is. What do you think? I'm some American? I used Google there once. I don't know. I think something about the hot dog came from Frankfurt, so I kind of Googled that when I was 12. But yeah, no, I know where Frankfurt is. And like, here's my advice. Like, I don't. In Egypt, we say one bird in your hand is better than 2 birds on the branch. I'm sure you guys have a familiar idiom. But really, like, I don't understand the point here of the confusion, or like the indecision here. Because yes, I understand how amazing it's gonna be to go to Paris or live in London. Yeah, these will be very nice. But I also understand that Europe is not that big. Like, as somebody who lived in like larger cities, it's always not as doesn't live up to the hype. And Joyce, we've met here in LA, so she lived in LA and she knows, yes, it's fun, but also at the same time, it's too crowded. It's like, again, Frankfurt is not a village. It's still a major city. I know it's not a world city, But I think with that, and I see it like even on the location and the map, it's like in the middle of all of the things, and I'm sure you'd be jumping back and forth between Netherlands either ways, wherever you go to stay. So might as well take the one that you have instead of like saying, "Oh, we're just gonna hold out for Paris and England or London," and then that never comes. So I personally would have taken the Frankfurt one and just like traveled, did like a, oh, this is a nice stepping stone for me to go do other adventure stuff around the area, and then I think it opens up to you more territory to explore, as opposed to London and Paris that are somewhat, of course, more expensive, more crowded. I don't know, maybe I'm getting older right now when I'm like, oh, I enjoy the nature stuff. Just take me to a mountain. That's nicer than. I hope that was useful advice. Of course, I kind of sent her that advice in a text 3 months ago because I couldn't wait for her. I couldn't be like, hey, I need advice in something. I'm like, okay, let me respond to you about your decision 3 months in the future. I'm like, nope. So yeah, that's it. Again, send me more questions. I promise it's not gonna take 3 months to respond to them. All right, bye.